Good day, engineers! Para sa video natin ngayon is i-discuss natin yung sample problem number 1 for the column sloping backfill. Start natin yung discussion ng problem. So, the problem states that for a retaining wall system, the following data were available. So, yung height ng retaining wall natin is 6.2 meters. Yung properties of backfill, so meron kang gamma dry which is 17 kN per cubic meter. The phi is 32 degrees. The angle of wall friction, small delta, is equal to 15 degrees. And the back of wall is inclined at 38 degrees to the vertical. And the backfill surface is sloping at 2:15. So determine the following. So first, the active thrust on the wall or the active force on the wall. Then weight of the failure wedge for the active condition. Then the passive thrust on the wall. And the weight of the failure wedge for the passive condition. So to start, syempre, kailangan natin i-drawing yung problem natin or yung figure ng problem natin. So, as you can see, this is yung retaining wall natin. And ito yung soil na i-retain niya. This one. Ito yung soil na i-retain niya. So, sabi natin, or sabi dun sa problem, yung retaining wall is 6.2 meters high. So, vertical height yon. Then, we have an angle of internal friction of 32 degrees. So, this one should be 32 degrees. Then, we have a value for the angle delta or small delta, which is this one should be 15 degrees. Then, the back of the retaining wall is inclined at 38 degrees. So, ito yun. Then, we have a backfill surface sloping at 2:15. So, 2 vertical and 15 horizontal. This one. So, syempre, to start, kailangan natin i-determine yung mga values na ibinigay sa atin. So, syempre, ilista natin. So, yung H dyan is 6.2. Yung phi natin is 32 degrees. And yung small delta or yung angle of internal friction is 15 degrees. So, yan ngayon yung mga binigay sa atin dun sa problem. Then, meron tayong gamma dry pa, which is 17 kilonewton per cubic meter, or the unit weight dry of the soil. So, ngayon, ang wala tayo is yung alpha and yung beta natin. So, para dun sa part ni alpha, syempre ang alpha natin is ito. So, as you can see, makukuha lang natin yon if we subtract 38 degrees sa 90 degrees. So, that will be equivalent to 90 minus 38, which will be equivalent to 52 degrees. So, ngayon, ang kulang na lang natin is yung angle beta. So, para makuha natin yung angle beta, syempre, that will be, as you can see, slope siya nung backfill natin. So, ibig sabihin, ang component niya or ang function na pwede nating gamitin is a tangent function. Kasi that is, yung 2 is opposite nung beta and yung 15 is the adjacent side. So, that will be equivalent to, so that is a tangent beta is equal to a value 2 over 15. So, getting the inverse tangent of beta, we can have beta equivalent to a value 7.5946. So, this is in degrees. So, dito, much better na iset na natin yung values natin ng mga angles into letters. So, yung A natin dyan, gawin natin yan yung alpha. So, this should be A. Yung B natin will be the angle of internal friction. So, phi is B. Then, yung delta natin is the C. And yung beta natin will be the value D. So, una natin gawin is kunin muna natin yung mga pressure coefficient. So, we'll start with Ka. So, for Ka, that is equal to, so, that is a value sine squared A plus B divided by, so, that is sine squared A times sine A minus C times 1 plus square root ng, so, isin natin, that is square root ng sine B plus C sine B minus D divided by sine A minus C sine A plus D. So, this will be squared. So, ngayon, pwede nating gamitin yung calc function ng calculator natin, creating A as the alpha, yung B yung angle of internal friction, yung C yung small delta, and yung D yung angle beta. So, calculating it in our calculator, we can have K sub A, or the active earth coefficient, as 0.8515. So, ito ngayon yung active earth coefficient natin. Then, we will proceed in getting the passive earth coefficient. So, that is Kp. So, syempre, magbabago lang naman yung signs niyan. So, yung plus magiging minus, and yung minus magiging plus. So, that will be Kp is equal to a value. So, yung upper part, that is sine squared A minus B, then divided by a value. So, divided by, so that is just sine squared A times sine of A minus C times 1, or sine A plus, kasi minus siya kanina. Then this one is 1 minus square root ng, so palitan lang natin yung over sign. So that is square root ng sine B plus C, then magiging sine B plus D divided by sine A plus C sine A plus D. Then this one is squared. So ngayon, gamitin lang natin ulit yung calc function ng calculator natin. Then we have Kp equivalent to a value. So pag pindot nyo ng nung calculator nyo, input nyo si A, yung alpha, input nyo si B, yung phi, input nyo si C, yung delta, and input nyo si D, yung beta. So, the passive earth coefficient from our calculator will be 3.7454. So ngayon, meron na tayong earth coefficient. So we'll proceed in getting the values of our active force. Yung unang tinatanong is the active force. So dun muna tayo sa active condition. So for the active condition natin, we can have P sub A is automatically gamma H Ka. So that is just equal to 17 times 6.2 times yung Ka na nakuha natin. So that is 0.8515. So our P sub A or the active pressure will be 89.7481. So ito yung active earth pressure natin. And tinatanong sa atin, active thrust. So ibig sabihin, that is the active force. So that will be F sub A, which is equal to the 1/2 times PA times H. So that is just 1/2 times 89.7481 times 6.2. So our FA will just be equivalent to a value of 278.2191. So this is in kilonewton per meter. So ito na ngayon yung isa nating hinahanap na F sub A. Next, ang tinatanong sa atin is yung weight of the failure wedge. So weight lang ng failure wedge in per meter strip or in kilonewtons per meter. So i-drawing natin yung triangle coming from this one. So meron tayo dyang triangle which is ito. So ganyan siya. Then ito yung wall. Tapos ito yung sloping backfill. So nakaganyan yan. So alam natin that this one, ito yung 52. Tapos from the principle, this is the angle of the failure plane, which is the value theta. So if kukunin natin si theta, since nasa active condition tayo, that is 45 plus phi over 2. So ang phi natin is 32. So that will be 32 divided by 2. So that is a value 61 degrees. Then alam natin na pag hinati natin to on horizontal line, ito na ngayon yung lalabas na beta, which is 7.5946. Then yung ilalim, opposite angles nung nasa baba, so this will be 52 degrees. So pangalanan natin that this is A, B, and C. And the sides are, this is A, this is B, and this is C. So alam din natin dyan sa triangle na yan, na kasama dyan yung height ng retaining wall. So ito yung height which is vertical na 6.2 meters. So ngayon, coming from this triangle, ang una nating hanapin yung angle on A, which is ito. So to get that angle, so angle A will just be equivalent to 180 minus 52 minus yung 61. So that will be an angle which is 67 degrees. Next, kailangan din natin yung part ng angle C, which is ito. So to get the angle C, that will be angle C is equal to a value. So that is 180 i-minus natin yung 67 sa angle A, minus natin yung nandito sa angle B na to, which is 7.5946 minus 52. So, the angle C coming from this one is equivalent to a value 53.4054. So, this is in degrees. Ngayon, nakuha na natin yung angles A and angle C. Ang kailangan kasi natin dyan is two sides and an included angle. Kagaya nga nung nasabi ko from our concept. So, kailangan natin yung value ng side C and value ng side B kasi pwede naman natin makuha or nakuha naman na natin yung angle A. Kasi ang kailangan natin is two sides and an included angle. So, coming from the principle, we have here na ito. So, as you can see, yung side C is makukuha natin kapag ginamit natin yung sine function, which is sine of 52 will be equivalent to a value 6.2 over C. Then, arranging the term, we can have C is equal to 6.2 divided by sine of 52. Whereas, C now is equivalent to a value 7.8679. So, this is in meters. Ngayon, yung B na lang kailangan natin hanapin. And yung B, mahanap natin siya by using the sine law. Kasi, merong angle B, meron tayong angle C, and meron tayong side C. So, using or utilizing that one, we could get the side B. So, that will be, using the sine law, we can have 7.8679 divided by the sine of the angle C, which is 53.4054. That is equal to a value B divided by the sine of the angle B, which is 7.5946 plus 52. So, calculating this one, we could get a value of side B equivalent to 8.4519. This is in meters. So, ngayon, meron na tayong side B, side C, and yung included angle nila, which is angle A. So, we can get now the area of the triangle. So, that will be A sub T is equal to 1/2 base times height. And sabi nga natin, we can get that by 1/2 BC sine of A. So, substituting the values, we can have 80 is equal to 1/2 times yung B natin, which is 8.4519, times yung C natin, which is 7.8679, then times the sine of A, which is the value 67. So, calculating this one, we could get the area of the triangle, which is 30.6062 degrees or 62 meters squared. So, yan na ngayon yung area ng triangle natin. So, para mahanap natin yung weight ng failure wedge in kilonewton per meter or per meter strip analysis, so that will be W is equal to yung gamma ng soil times the area of the triangle. So, that is just 17 times the area of the triangle, which is 30.6062 degrees. So, calculating that one, we could get a value of W or the weight of the failure wedge equivalent to a value 520.3054. So, this is in kilonewton per meter. Ito na ngayon yung weight ng ating failure wedge for the active condition. Now we proceed to the passive condition. Sa passive condition, hanapin muna natin yung force. So, passive. So, for the passive condition, P sub P, yung pressure muna or yung passive earth pressure. So, that is P sub P is equal to gamma H times Kp. So, that will be 17 times 6.2 times 3.7454. So, that will be a value 394.7652 kilopascals. Then, we could now get the passive force. So, that will be equivalent to 1/2 ng P sub P times H. So, that will be a value 1/2 times 394.7652 times 6.2. So, that will be a value of a passive force equivalent to 1,223.7721. That is in kilonewton. So, this will be in kilonewton per meter. So, yan na ngayon yung ating passive force. Now, balik tayo in getting the weight of the failure wedge. Siyempre, kakailanganin natin doon yung triangular or yung triangle. So, namang ganyan siya ulit. Then, ito medyo mababa. Then, ayan. So, alam natin na this one is 52 degrees ulit. Then, pag meron tayong nilagay dito, this is, ito yung 7.5946. Then, this one, ito yung 52 din. Ngayon, this side will be corresponding to the angle of the failure wedge, which is 45 minus phi over 2 or 32 divided by 2. So, that will be equivalent to a value 29 degrees. Ngayon, let's set this one as, so this is A, this is B, and this is C. Then, this is side A, this is side B, and this is side C. Automatically, coming from this one, pares lang sila ng side C. So, side C will automatically be 7.8679 meters coming from the previous analysis. Kasi, isa lang naman yung height ng wall and that is still 52 degrees. So, yung C natin dyan is still 7.8679 meters. So, ngayon ang mag-iiba dito yung angle A and angle C. So, we get angle A by 180 minus 52 minus 29. So, it will be a value 99 degrees. Then, angle C will be a value 180 minus 99 minus 7.5946 minus 52 degrees. So, our angle C will be equivalent to a value 21.4054. So, this is in degrees. So, as you can see, kompleto na yung values natin na kailangan. So, kailangan na lang natin yung side B using the sine law. Siyempre, ito pa rin yung gagamitin natin, yung angle B. side C and the angle C, which is ito, yung 21.4054. So getting the value of side B, we have 7.8679 7.8679 divided by sine of the angle C, which is 21.4054, is equal to B divided by the sine of 7.5946 plus 52 degrees. So the value for this one now will be equivalent to B, which is equal to 18.593. So this is in meters. So now we can proceed in getting the area of the triangle. So that is equal to 80, which is equal to 1/2 B times H, or simply means 1/2 BC sine of A. So substituting the values, we can have 80, which is equal to 1/2 times 18.593 times the value 7.8679 times the sine of 99. So we have an area of the triangle which is equivalent to 72.2434. So this will be a value in meters squared. So that is the area of our triangle. Then to get the weight of the failure wedge in kilonewton per meter or per meter strip analysis, so that will be gamma ng soil times yung area ng triangle. So that is 17 times 72.2434. So ngayon meron na tayong W, which is equivalent to 1228.1378. So this is in kilonewton per meter. So ito na ngayon yung hinahanap natin na weight of the failure wedge. So since nakuha na natin lahat nung required for our problem, so that is all for our sample problem number 1. Again, this is Engineer Rodolfo. Thank you for watching and don't forget to subscribe to Butch TV.